The hidden chamber seemed to breathe as Mara stepped further inside, the lantern's glow revealing spirals that pulsed faintly like a heartbeat. Each step brought her closer to understanding the intricate web of light, memory, and silence. Shadows shifted gently across the walls, whispering secrets in the flickering glow. The feather hovered silently, reflecting her own calm heartbeat. Mara felt the weight of every moment, every keeper who had walked these paths before her. She inhaled deeply, absorbing the atmosphere of the chamber, sensing centuries of vigilance and quiet knowledge condensed into this sacred space. Her hands traced the intricate patterns etched into the pedestal, noticing details she had never seen. Tiny fractures, almost invisible symbols, a hidden rhythm in the spirals. The journals lay open, pages fluttering as if alive, responding to her presence. A soft breeze carried the faint scent of salt and old wood, threading through the chamber like an echo of the ocean outside. Each object, each shadow, each pulse of light spoke in silent tones, telling her she was now part of the lighthouse's living memory. Mara felt an electric thrill as the energy from the spirals surged subtly beneath her fingertips. The spirals on the walls shimmered more brightly as she focused, responding to her touch. The air seemed alive with a subtle current, carrying faint whispers of the past, echoes of storms, footsteps, and whispered instructions left by keepers long gone. Mara bent closer, letting her fingers hover above the stone, feeling the warmth and life coursing beneath its surface. It was a communion beyond words, a dialogue with something older than light itself. She was no longer an observer. She was a thread in the tower's heartbeat, a living participant in its symphony of light and memory. Lantern light danced across the puddle below, reflecting fragmented shadows of spirals, feather, and walls. Mara's gaze followed the reflections, captivated by the interplay of motion and stillness. Somewhere deep in the chamber, a faint murmur seemed to rise, echoing through unseen corridors. It was the lighthouse's memory, resonating with her heartbeat, guiding her understanding of patterns, history, and secrets preserved in stone, wood, and flame. She felt the room's attention upon her, welcoming her presence, affirming her role as a guardian. A sudden draft brushed across her skin, lifting strands of hair and stirring the feather ever so slightly. Mara inhaled, closing her eyes, letting ambient sounds, the soft hum of journals, the drip of water, the distant wind, merge with her own steady breathing. The room exhaled with her, alive, attuned. Every detail, from carvings to dust motes dancing in the light, became part of a delicate rhythm. She was now one with the pulse of a chamber, a participant in its slow, deliberate dance, and she felt a profound serenity as centuries of silence converged within her awareness. The pedestal's spirals glowed brighter, revealing layers of meaning embedded over centuries. Mara's hands hovered above the surface, sensing subtle rhythms echoing her heartbeat. Journals shifted gently, as if breathing, offering glimpses into the lives of those who had preserved the light before her. Every artifact vibrated with recognition, a silent acknowledgement that she had arrived at the point where past and present converged. Mara felt a deep responsibility, understanding that the room's memory, its wisdom, and its light were now inseparable from her own presence. Shadows stretched and bent unnaturally in the lantern's glow, elongating, folding into corners, tracing themselves along spirals etched into walls and floors. Mara followed them with her eyes, mesmerized by their fluid motion. The feather floated in perfect stillness, a delicate witness to her awakening. Light and shadow intertwined, narrating a story older than the room itself. The spirals pulsed faintly with her heartbeat, guiding her gaze toward patterns that revealed long-hidden truths. The chamber seemed to hum softly, a song of vigilance, patience, and enduring light, speaking directly to her soul. A soft flicker of golden dust rose from the floor as the chamber seemed to inhale and exhale around her. Mara's hands reached for the journals again, opening pages to reveal faint notes and symbols she could almost understand instinctively. The air vibrated with energy, drawing her deeper into the patterns, the spirals, the feather, the reflected light. It felt as if the lighthouse's consciousness had merged with hers, teaching her the rhythm, patience, and enduring vigilance it had preserved through centuries. Mara's heartbeat synchronized with the pulse of the chamber, each breath an acknowledgement of her role as its keeper. The lantern illuminated a final spiral carved into the far wall, larger and more intricate than the others. Mara approached slowly, hence trembling with reverence. She felt subtle warmth pulsing from the stone, syncing with her heartbeat. A whisper echoed faintly in her mind. "The light endures through you." She did not speak. She simply felt the truth resonate through her, a calm certainty settling deep in her chest. The chamber, the lighthouse, the light, and its history had all converged into a single, eternal moment of understanding. Every detail, the flicker of dust in the golden glow, the subtle ripple of the puddle on the floor, the hovering feather, the soft hum of the journals, was amplified, as if the chamber itself was exhaling a sigh of relief and welcome. Mara lingered a moment longer, letting her senses absorb every nuance, every vibration, every echo of the centuries preserved within these walls. Finally, Mara exhaled, letting the lantern light bathe the chamber in golden warmth. She understood fully now. Every spiral, every artifact, every feather, every shadow, and every whisper of silence had led her here. She had become the living memory of the hidden chamber, its heartbeat and its guardian. The hidden room was alive, and she was inseparable from it, ready to carry the rhythm of light and memory into the future. This awakening was not an end, but a beginning, a gateway into the enduring legacy of the lighthouse, its secrets, and the quiet, relentless power of light, memory, and silence. Mara felt an overwhelming sense of connection to every keeper who had come before, their whispers of guidance echoing softly in the warm glow. She understood now that her role was both weighty and beautiful, to preserve, to witness, and to honor the luminous thread tying past, present, and future together, letting the light endure through her. The lantern flickered softly, casting intricate shadows on spirals and puddles. The feather hovered, catching stray motes of golden dust, while the journals whispered faintly. Mara let her hands hover over the pedestal, feeling the warmth, the hum of centuries, the pulse of moments preserved in stone, ink, and light. She closed her eyes, becoming fully attuned to the rhythm of the room, breathing in the weight of history and the promise of the future. Every shadow on the walls, every flicker of dust, every heartbeat of the feather was a note in a vast, eternal symphony of light and memory. Mara opened her eyes, her chest swelling with calm certainty, knowing she was now the lighthouse's living witness, its eternal keeper, and the guardian of all that had been, all that was and all that was yet to come.